Okay, my name is Bob Madden, and these are my reflections on EDTC 606. As kind of an introduction, I would say if I were to rename this classroom, I would rename it The Importance of Diverse Modes of Communication in the Classroom, because that's pretty much what we covered, whether it be screencasts or mashups, digital storytelling, web conferencing, and even the 3D tools and animations, as well as the game simulations and virtual manipulatives. They're all about communicating information in one way or another. So to begin with, screencasting. Jing is what I used for the screen captures, and Cam Studio is what I'm using for the video capture of my screen today. Screencasting allows teachers to clone themselves, and this allows students to review procedures or steps or anything like that. Cam Studio, one of the nice things about it is that it offers cursor tracking, so it'll put a little dot over your cursor if you move it over the screen. Whereas Jing offers uploading and hosting and does still images as well. I've been using screencasting in my classroom for a little bit now. Here's a screenshot of my YouTube page where I have some tutorials for students on how to use Picasa as well as how to use Stupaflix. And if you look, you can see two of these videos have over 100 views from students. Mashups was something we covered in the first week of class, and it was something I really like and I'm really excited about because they allow you to utilize images, video, music, and text all together to present sometimes a very complex idea. And the complex idea I tackled was the 1950s because that's the songs we're doing in chorus, and the kids don't have a great frame of reference for that. So I decided to do a mashup of images and video from there. It's a fun way to introduce a unit of study, and you can also have students create mashups to show their understanding of something and allow them to express something creatively. There are also plenty of free internet programs or pre-installed software to create mashups, whether it's Windows Movie Maker on PCs, iMovie on Apples, or a program such as Animoto or JCut on the internet. Games, manipulatives, and simulations. What we did with that is we created a database and live binder, or kind of a database and live binder, where we each person gathered some tools, put them in this repository called Live Binder, and now we can reference them and their descriptions. One of the things I love about games and simulations is that they offer kids the freedom to explore and basically freedom from failure, which is something that I don't think anybody gets enough of. And that freedom allows them to make connections that otherwise they wouldn't be able to make. Same thing with virtual manipulatives. They offer a unique reinforcement of concepts where students can utilize things on the screen to, once again, experiment and play without that fear of failure or judgment. On to online photo editors. I was already aware and have a pretty good repertoire of online photo editors such as Picnic and Aviary and Photoshop Express. But one of the things I liked about the photo editors in this class was that they go to kind of the fun side of photo editing rather than just simple crop, resize, and so forth and so on. For example, Lunapic, which is on the top left, has these really cool effects you can do to photos. Make them look like they're from a kaleidoscope or done by Andy Warhol or the Obama poster. Photofunya, which is at the bottom left, you can make yourself look like you're Santa Claus or you're snowboarding or whatever. On the lower right, Comica allows you to take pictures and make it into like a comic strip. And comic strips are something we've talked about in class before about how useful those are for students to share knowledge. And then up top, Yodio, which is kind of like Blabberize in that you can add audio or add your voice to a picture, but unlike Blabberize, you can't have the picture speak, quote unquote, what you're having it say. But still, it's useful because students can find a picture, record their voice saying, hey, this is what this is and this is why it's important. Moving on to animation and modeling tools. The picture I have here is the list that we were provided of all the different animation and modeling tools that are out there on the internet. I mean, the list itself is impressive. It gives students multiple ways to present information, Generally, they are all easy to use, and these allow kids to utilize their creativity. The problem is, if there is one, is finding the right tool for the right task and matching kids with the tool that best suits them and their style. And with this many options, it can be overwhelming. So, it's balancing between, you know, being able to tell kids, hey, this is what we're going to use, and having it all explained at one time, versus maybe that tool doesn't work for that kid. And that gets back to screencasting, where maybe what you do is you create different screencasts of how to use these tools, and the kids find one and choose ones that they want to use. Next is digital storytelling. I had a lot of fun with my digital storytelling project. It was very personal to me. I feel that what I have to say in it was very important for me to get out there for people to see. So as I have here, the first thing is you're able to tell more personal stories. And it brings all these elements that we've talked about into class. I know I used a lot of them. I used screencasting for it. I used photo editors. So a lot of the elements we've talked about are put into the digital storytelling. But students can also use it to tell biographical stories, or they can use it cross curricular. For example, have them tell the story of a water molecule and how it joins with other water molecules to become a drop of water, and how that drop of water falls from the sky into a lake, and how it then evaporates and starts the cycle over again. It would be very interesting to see how students could tell the story of a water drop and what images they would use. And finally, future-proofing me, how I keep up to date on all these tools. One tool that I found in this class that I kind of like is David Jake's website, jakesonline.org. He had a wealth of information about digital storytelling, which is something that I'm looking for to help teachers at my school when I take over my new position, is having teachers at school look at to get an idea of what they can do with digital storytelling and how to use it. And the other tool I have up there is Free Technology for Teachers, which is Richard Burns' blog. I check Free Technology for Teachers easily once or twice a day, and I can't utilize everything he puts up there all the time, so that's why I use Digo, a social bookmarking site, and I try to keep tools organized as best as I can, so that I don't have to keep going back to Richard's site and searching through it like, what was that tool? I have it in one place then. So that's it for me and my reflections. I hope you learned something about me and what I got from this class. Thank you.